Cup of ace. Toss a coin, heads draw 2 cards, tails your opponent draws 2 cards. Archfiend level 4 attack power 2000 defense power 1500. This card cannot be normal summoned or flip summoned unless you have an Archfiend monster card on your side of the field. The controller of this card pays 800 life points during each of his slash or standby phases. This is not optional. When this card is targeted by the effect of a card controlled by your opponent, when resolving the effect, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 2 or 5, negate the effect and destroy the opponent's card. The effects of an effect monster that this card destroyed as a result of battle are negated. Master King Archfiend attack power 2000 once per turn. During your standby phase, pay 500 life points or destroy this card. Once per chain, if you pay life points, except during the damage step, you can send one fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard whose attack power or defense power is equal to the life points you paid. Once per chain, if a fiend monster is sent to your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can roll a 6-sided die and apply the result to one of those monsters. 1 add it to your hand, 2, 3, 4, 5 shuffle it into the deck, 6 special summon it. Panic Force 21 the world level 8 attack power 3100 defense power 3100. When this card is summoned, toss a coin, heads during your end phase. You can send 2 monsters you control to the graveyard to skip your opponent's next turn. Tails during your opponent's draw phase, add the top card of their graveyard to their hand. Dragon level 7 attack power 2600 defense power 2200. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, toss a coin 3 times and destroy it, if at least 2 of the results are heads. Fighter. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, toss a coin 3 times and destroy it, if at least 2 of the results are heads. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, roll a 6-sided die and apply the result. 1 half your life points to make that attack a direct attack. 3 choose 1 monster you control, change the attack target to it, and perform damage calculation. 4 choose 1 other monster your opponent controls, change the attack target to it, and perform damage calculation. 5. Negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack power. 6. Destroy that opponent's monster. Master Zork level 8 attack power 2700 defense power 1500. You can ritual summon this card with contract with the Dark Master. Once per turn you can roll a 6-sided die, then destroy all monsters your opponent controls. If you roll 1 or 2, destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. If you roll 3, 4 or 5, or destroy all monsters you control, if you roll 6. All Archfiend of Lightning level 6 attack power 2500 defense power 1200. During each of your standby phases, you must pay 500 life points. This is not optional, or this card is destroyed. Before resolving an opponent's card effect that targets this card, roll a 6-sided die, negate the effect. If you roll 1, 3 or 6, and if you do, destroy that card. Dice roll a 6-sided die. All monsters you currently control gain attack power and defense power equal to 100 times the result until the end of this turn. Dice roll a 6-sided die. All monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack power and defense power equal to 100 times the result until the end of this turn. Time Wizard level 2 attack power 500 defense power 400 once per turn you can toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. If you call it wrong, destroy as many monsters you control as possible, and if you do, take damage equal to half the total attack power those destroyed monsters had while face up on the field. Time Wizard of Tomorrow level 5 attack power 2000 defense power 1900 once per turn. If this card was fusion summoned you can toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the combined original attack power of the face of destroyed monsters. If you call it wrong, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, you take damage equal to half the combined original attack power of the face of destroyed monsters.